Hey y'all, it's Day. So I'm going to be doing a reading for us today. Very much looking forward to this reading. I am using a different deck today. This is the very first deck that I ever got. I forgot what it was like the version of it was called, but this is just like the traditional Rider Waite tarot deck. So love that for me. Angels, guides, ancestors, God source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. For some reason, I keep on hearing Squirtle, Squirtle. Like for those that used to watch Pokemon back in the day, keep hearing Squirtle, Squirtle. I'm not sure what that is about. I'm hearing the word reprieve. The word reprieve came up in the reading previous to this one, and it means to be relieved of something. The first card that came out at the top left of the spread is the World card, and it came out in reverse. Next to that, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and we have the Two of Swords. I'm going to say trigger warning. This is kind of a message of someone that has been going through a lot in their life, and they kind of are feeling overwhelmed with everything. So they may have or be entertaining the idea of not being here, not being with us anymore. So that is coming up. So we have the World card coming out in reverse. There's still work for them to do, but they're just contemplating if they want to finish that work or continue trying. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So they may be feeling like life is stagnant right now and things are not moving forward, and they're not able to see what their options are, or they just don't see a way out or a way for their situation or circumstance to improve. And that may be something that a lot of people experience, where they just kind of feel hopeless. With the Two of Swords coming out upright, this is an indication that it's going to be very important for whoever this message is for to use their discernment, and most importantly, that the vehicle that they are needing to use right now is going to be different from how they are trying to maneuver. So sometimes we maneuver by, running errands and getting things done physically. Sometimes we can maneuver by using affirmations, by thinking positively. Sometimes we can maneuver by keeping up with our spiritual hygiene, cleansing our mind, body, and soul. Taking a salt bath, doing a salt rinse in the shower, doing a tea rinse, saging your house, opening your windows. I do have a free resource that is available on my website, which is a PDF file for anyone that feels like they have any negative energy on them, or some people that I've talked to, they feel like something is following them. Spirituality and spell work and candle work is trendy right now and has been for the last couple years. So there are also a lot of people online, I think, in my opinion, violently and irresponsibly kind of showing other people what to do when other people are bothering them or getting on their nerves, like showing people how to put them in their shoes and put people in jars and just all kind of crazy stuff. So I do have a free resource available online if anybody is feeling like they have negative energy and they don't know how to get rid of it or how to navigate it. But it feels like it would apply to whoever this message is for as well. If you've been experiencing, I'm hearing loneliness or just hopelessness, how to cleanse your energy and invite new, fresh energy into your life so that you can get that density off of you. Our thoughts, what I've learned, especially for myself as someone who is very emotional, if I don't keep up with my spiritual hygiene, my emotions, my thoughts, they can build up to where they become tangible. And it does create a lot of fog and density. So, doing those spiritual baths and keeping up with your spiritual hygiene is very important. But yeah, with this Two of Swords, this person is feeling stagnant. They're not thinking clearly, and they are just in a need of some kind of help. And I'm hearing the word visualize. Your spiritual team is encouraging you to visualize what it is that you want. Um, I like to visualize something white. It might be white sheets, it might be a white door, it might be a white heart, it might just be a white room. But if you can hold that space to um, like visualize something white and hold on to that, that could be very beneficial for whoever this message is for. Okay, so let's see. Directly underneath this world card, which came out in reverse, representing kind of what this person, whoever this message is for, can visually see. They're seeing bills, they're seeing, being in a space that they don't want to be. They go outside and maybe they're not living in the most aesthetically pleasing neighborhood, whatever the situation is. Directly underneath that, we have the Two of Cups. So, in this situation, I am getting a reference to a relationship. Maybe they are in a relationship that is detrimental to their health. Like um, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. There is a feeling of stagnancy. There is a feeling of um, maybe their partner is not emotionally available, but what I'm really getting is the partner is not helpful. So they may not be helping around the house, they may not be helping with the chore work, they may not be helping with the workload in general, they may not be emotionally available, and how that can really take a toll on any adult. If you're an adult, you know that just doing the basics like surviving, being able to maintain food, being able to pay your bills, being able to commute, if you have a vehicle, that vehicle needs maintenance, whether it's the car payment, the car insurance, or if it needs to go to the shop, whatever the case. And so, if you do have a partner that's in your life and they're helping you make the mess, but they're not helping maintain whatever value assets that you guys have, that's going to take a toll on anyone's mental health. So I am getting a reference to that, like someone's not pulling their weight, they're not emotionally available, they're not responsive, they're not responsible, and a lot is falling on this person. And it could be either way, but I am getting a reference to the feminine that is feeling and I'm hearing the word reprieved again. So remembering that reprieve means to a weight lifted off you, to be relieved of something. So okay, now spiritual team is saying that this person, with all the density that they're experiencing right now, they're kind of like ruminating or entertaining the idea of not being here because they're so overwhelmed and they are not thinking straight with all the things that they're having to deal with mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. But spiritual team is saying that they're going to be relieved of this situation. They're going to be relieved of this relationship. So I'm also hearing hang tight. So I'm not sure. Maybe we'll get more context. Maybe you'll get a new opportunity that allows you to move somewhere else. Maybe you'll get another job that allows you to move somewhere else. Maybe a family member will be like, hey, you can come move in with me. Whatever the situation is and the way, whatever way that it works out for you. Spiritual team, oop, spiritual team is coming through very clearly to say, like, they're asking for, I guess, that whoever this message is for to exercise more faith. And this could be kind of complex for whoever this message is for to kind of hear, because it's kind of like I think that they're looking at it from a standpoint of thinking that things are going to get better in this situation. And I'm kind of getting, no, it's not about things getting better in this current situation. It's about things getting better for you and opportunities opening up for you so that you can get out of this situation. Sorry, you guys, I'm trying to adjust my thing. I haven't gotten to any cards that indicate this yet, but I'm also getting this feeling of there will come a time where you do have to make a decision. So perhaps an opportunity will become available where you have to make a decision to move, to truly leave this relationship physically. And there is this energy of, yeah, I'm really making this decision. And there's this energy of like, are you sure? Like, you've been dealing with this for so long, and maybe you're not in the same headspace at that point that you are right now, but it's going to be important for you to remember. So there will come an opportunity for you to be out of this situation, but you will have to make that decision. So, and it does take some, contemplation. Okay. So underneath this Wheel of Fortune, which came out in reverse, indicating that this person is feeling like their life is stagnant and they're not seeing a way out of it. They're not seeing any movement. They're not seeing where could this opportunity even come from. Like, it's, like sometimes we feel like in life, like, okay, I don't have that many options, but I know I can do this or I can do that. For whoever this message is for, they may be feeling like, I don't see how. I don't see how. So that is being acknowledged by our spiritual team. And then directly underneath that, we have the Devil card coming out in reverse. Spiritual team wants whoever this message is for to know that they're not alone, that they're not as trapped as they perceive. There is this quote that I shared on my Instagram recently that is like, there's always more possibilities available in each and every moment than we realize. And so, even affirming that could be very, very beneficial for whoever this message was. Like, there's always more possibilities in every given moment than we realize. So, just know and trust and exercise your faith, knowing that a door will open up for you. But I was also getting a reference to like quicksand or being in this really deep, muddy area and someone just feeling stuck. They feel energetically and spiritually like they're giving up. They don't have any more fight in them. They don't have any more endurance in them left in them. Their will has been depleted and is continuing to deplete. So they just like, spiritual team is encouraging this person to kind of when I say have faith, it feels like it takes more energy to do that. So I can understand whoever this message is for being like, I don't have any more energy for none of that. But I want to say, just kind of surrender in a way. Like, don't leave us, but to surrender to the situation, knowing that you will be taken care of. On top of this, we have the Empress card, you guys, and it came out upright. Are you kidding me? Like, quit playing. So this is how the divine is viewing whoever this message is for. You, I'm hearing, are kept. You are kept. You might not be currently, your reality may not be reflecting that, because when we hear kept, we usually would think of a man, taking care of his woman. But in the spiritual realm, you are kept, honey. You are kept. So that is coming out, and there's so much that you're meant to receive in this lifetime. For real, for real. And spiritual team is coming through very clearly to kind of inform all of us that there's so much more that you're meant to experience in this life. And if you didn't know it already, like whatever this reality, this relationship that you've been experiencing, like that, this is not you. This is not Sometimes we do take the wrong turns, or sometimes we're in this maze that we call life, and we kind of take the wrong turn or find ourselves in a hidden corner. I'm seeing spider webs, like how did we get here type of situations. But just to let it be known, you are the empress in all its meaning. So the empress is meant to be kept. She's meant to be in luxury clothing. She's meant to be in loose clothing. That's really just signaling she's meant to be comfortable. She's supposed to be, I'm hearing, cherished. She's supposed to be taken care of. You see this big ass fat pillow behind her. She has all the cushions. She's surrounded by beauty. That is what you are meant to experience. And spiritual team is coming through to let whoever this message is for, that experience is still available for you in this lifetime, and they want to help you reclaim that and be repositioned to receive that. And so if you could receive this message and just know that an opportunity will be presenting itself, you only need to just um you know be in this mindset of like, talk to your spiritual team, tell them like, I want to leave, I want to be out of this situation. They need our consent. They need us to kind of like verbalize it or tell them in one way or another that this is what we want. Because when they present these opportunities to us that have been on our heart that we say we want, they need to know that we're going to follow through on it. And I'm also getting like, even though it's a spiritual realm, like it does take energy, and it does take some kind of effort to like make things happen. So it's just like they don't want you to miss the opportunity. They don't want you to overlook it. They don't want you to second guess yourself. They don't want you to be not sure, undecided about what's best for you. So they need you to be in this headspace of like, however you need to do it, however you need to process it, because it's not linear, right? You might not be in the space where you're like, I'm 100% sure that I want to be out of this relationship. And that's okay. They're willing to work with you on your timeline as you're affirming it to yourself. But if you have gotten to this point where you're considering, I'm hearing, checking out, then that is an indication that you need to take responsibility and understand that you should never be in a situation where your mental health is this detriment, to this degree, this severe, and that you do deserve better. So you may have to start with affirming to yourself, I do deserve better. I do deserve better. I do deserve to be happy. I am amazing. I can have a better life. I am an empress. I do require more. Love that for you. Okay. I'm hearing the word tangle, and I'm hearing weave. So the Five of Swords is coming out. Something about the situation may require you to minimize distractions where you can, minimize arguments where you can. One thing that I've learned for myself as well is like, regardless of the situation, if I'm still arguing with that person about it, I still kind of have a stake in it. So it's kind of like, sometimes we say that we're done or whatever it is, but like if you're still arguing with somebody, it's still a debate, it's still up for negotiation. So something about your situation may require you, like maybe you're not asking your partner to help you anymore, like you've already had enough examples of them, not following through on what they said that they were going to do. So now we're no longer trying to negotiate. We're no longer trying to, get them to help us, because that takes away from us to have to argue, to have to bring it up again, getting irritated, getting frustrated. So with that understanding, we're no longer asking anything of them anymore, because we have already decided that we about to leave. Even if we don't express that, even also like you don't gotta express to them what you're about to do, because you've already done it before. You may have been in a situation where you already threatened to leave. Not saying that you have, but it's a situation where like you've already, done everything that you could to like create movement in the situation. It's not moving, it's not stagnant. So now you gotta move in silence. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk about it, not talk about it. That type of deal. So spiritual team is saying like I'm hearing weary of distractions, such as going back and forth about something that's not gonna change, that hasn't changed for however amount of time you've been dealing with it. Then we have the Three of Wands coming out in reverse. And this feels like it belongs to this Five of Swords energy. So again, it does feel like the partner, they're not, they're just not doing whatever is required, whatever is needed in this relationship. They don't have any long-term goals, any long-term plans. They don't have any plans of changing. They don't have any plans of improving the situation. And you just got to let that be that. But in the meantime, what are you doing as you prepare for spiritual team to open up this opportunity for you to fully relieve yourself from the situation? That's what spiritual team is wanting whoever this message is for to focus on. Okay, so there is an aspect of whoever this message is for that is a little still undecided. So about if they do 110% want to leave this relationship or whatever. There may be some other aspects, like maybe y'all still have some things tied together or something, and they might feel kind of like, oh, but this, and it's kind of like it would make sense to consider that. But so everything don't always get cut, everything and cut and dry, but the decision has to be made. So it's kind of like you figure that out after you get yourself out of the situation, is kind of the message that's coming through. Because why? Because your mental, emotional, physical health is like, when your tank is on E, but you still got miles to get to the gas station, especially when we're talking about your mental health and you not wanting to be here anymore, it's you gotta cut it how it get cut. You know what I'm saying? we don't got time to. We're trying to cut it pretty around the legs, like it gotta get cut when it gotta get cut. You can figure the rest out from a distance. That's kind of the message that's coming through. Is there anything else that we need to know regarding this message? Is there anything else that we need to know? Ooh, not the Justice card coming out on top of this. Is there anything else that we need to know regarding this message? Got the Strength card coming out in reverse. Okay. Oh, so we got the Seven of Wands coming out in reverse, and the Seven Wands is known for defending oneself. So these people just pulled up. These group think people just decided one morning that, or one night that in the morning they were gonna come and jump him. And he's like, fuck all that other shit. I'm standing my ground. He's defending himself. He's not backing down. But with it coming out in reverse, and it's coming out on top of this Two of Cups in reverse, spiritual team is saying like, fight no longer. We're no longer, explaining. We're no longer trying to whatever. We're no longer doing none of that. Okay. Then we have the Ten of Wands coming out in reverse. As you know, the Ten of Wands is someone who is carrying a lot of things. So sometimes people, especially women, will find themselves in a situation where they have, 2 kids or 3 kids, whatever the case, 1 kid, but their partner is not helping them. They're not helping carrying the weight. So what ends up happening is they end up having 4 kids. And I mean, like, the partner is another child. So they're having to take care of their partner's needs, their children's needs, and their needs. And guess whose needs get put on the back burner? Theirs. No wonder you're on E. So this was coming out on top of this Five of Swords, where spiritual team is saying, be mindful of distractions, not entertaining distractions. So yeah, because that is very burdensome. Okay. I'm going to talk about this Justice card, but kind of like a whole deck came out. So we have the Star card coming out upright. So healing is available. Reprieve, you're going to be relieved. A burden will be taken off of you. You only need to be certain about the decision that you're about to make and be presented with. There will be an opportunity for you to heal. It may be beneficial for you to journal. What does your ideal day look like? What would your ideal day look like? Like how would you, what would you do? What would you like to wake up with? I don't know if you do have kids, or if you don't have kids and you're just still burdened by the relationship. Either way, including your kids, if you're, taking them with you, or if it's just you, what would an ideal day look like for you? Write that down, because that is one of my favorite ways of manifesting techniques or bringing things in. When you write it down on paper, it instantly becomes tangible, and then the rest will continue to manifest, appear, formulate in your physical reality. So there is a world, there is a timeline, there is a place and a space where you can be happy, or you will be happy, and you'll get replenished, and your flower will start to bloom again, because right now the flower is just like withering, but it's not dead. It can be revived. But you need to put yourself in better soil, better position, in a new area, a new environment, in order to experience that. We have the Three of Coins coming out in reverse. So you may be in a situation that is adding to why you may be not completely certain about what you want to do. Well, we still have this tied together, and well, we had dreams of doing this together, or we always talked about this, or we've been together for this long. Spiritual team is coming to confirm to you, to help you. They're saying like, you're not being helped. It's not getting better. And a lot of times, our spiritual team will make us sit in situations longer than we actually want to sit. So if our spiritual team said that it's time to move on, then it's time to move on. You're not being helped, and things are not going to be getting better from their perspective. And they have the highest perspective. So then we have the Two of Coins coming out upright. You deserve balance. You deserve peace. You deserve a true partnership. You deserve help. And that's coming out on top of the Empress card, where we talked about all the things that you actually deserve. There is a space and time in reality where you are so happy and you are so comfortable and you are given to, and you know how to receive. Okay. And on top of the devil card, when spiritual team was saying like you're not as stuck or as trapped as you think you are. And one thing about the Wheel of Fortune is that it continues to turn. So, yeah, there are definitely periods in our life where things are stagnant or we feel like we're at the bottom of the totem pole. But it's our job to know, understand, and believe that things do turn because everything changes. And sometimes we're a part of making that change. Okay. We have the King of Cups coming out in reverse. This is indicating whoever partner this is, that they, they may have some good qualities, but they don't have the character that you need so that you are also feeling fulfilled, so that your cup is also full. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming out in reverse. This is you. This is how your spiritual team is viewing you. You have so much to give. You have so much love in your heart. You are so smart. You are intelligent. And most importantly, you are worthy of being supported as well. So you got the Pentacle. There is a form of stability that someone is receiving off the back of you. And you need to say, get off my back. And I was hearing like, get off my back, Satan. I know some people, like religious people, will say that. So that's kind of like the energy, like this person that is connected to you is just kind of taking from you and they're not helping you. And we have the King of Pentacles coming out in reverse. So this person, they want a lot. So it's kind of like being in a relationship with someone. They're materialistic, but they're not even helping you. Like you might be materialistic as well. Like you might like to have the finer things, but they like to have the finer things and they're not even putting the weight up. They're not even going to the gym. They're not even getting their weight up. They're not even getting their paper up. They're just kind of like taking advantage of what you have, living off of you type of energy. We have the Hangman in reverse. This person, this partner will be kind of hemmed up in some way. Like there's something that's going to happen in their life that's going to kind of stop them, prevent them from doing something. And I'm hearing hang-ups. So this is also something. So if you are truly deciding that you want better and you want to be in a different situation and that you do want to leave the relationship, there's going to be a situation where something's going to happen regarding this partner that's not helping you, and it's going to kind of ensure that they can't follow you. So if you're not aware, if you don't know, you would just be thinking like, oh no, this is happening to my partner. I need to help them. I can't leave them now. But it's kind of like spiritual team, like, we doing this. We doing this. So this is kind of like spiritual teams giving us a heads up. So, if something happens to your partner, like maybe they go to jail, I don't know. Maybe they lose their job. I don't know. I'm not even getting a situation, but like if something happens, just remember you're focusing on you. It's coming on top of this distractions card that came out 4 cards ago. A distraction. I'm getting also like, bitch, run. Like sometimes like be like when we watching scary movies, like now's your chance. Why you tripping and falling, and like why you staring at the monster? Like you could have ran 2 times ago. Yeah, so something like that may be coming up. And then we have the 5 of Cups coming out in reverse. Spiritual team wants you to not worry. They want you to not feel guilty. They want you to not feel like a failure in this relationship. Like sometimes we can hold on to things like, I wanted this marriage to last. I wanted this relationship to last. I didn't want my kids to live in a broken home. I didn't want to be a single mother. Those are all kind of like ego type of related things, even though they are important. They're especially important to us, and they're valid. But spiritual team is saying in the grand scheme of things, like, let that shit go. You lost 3 cups, you still got 2 left, and they want you to carry that all the way. Okay, we have the Fool card coming out in reverse. This is just acknowledging your current situation, where you are, for whoever this message is for. You are not free. But if you do want to be free, it's very important that you continue, or you start affirming it, that I am free. I am free, so that when it happens, when the opportunity presents itself, you know what it looks like and you know what it feels like. Okay, and that's coming out on top of the Queen of Pentacles. Your money is free. You're free in your new circumstance. You're going to be moving on to bigger and better things. And the Justice card was coming out on top of the 3 of Wands, where we were saying this person, this other partner, they don't have any long-term plans regarding you. They don't have any plans on changing. They don't have plans on getting better. The things that y'all have talked about that y'all wanted to do at one point, they don't even have plans on making that happen. If it does happen, it'll be off of your strength. It'll be you following through on the plans that y'all made together. So we can let that go. And with the Justice card coming out on top of that in reverse, if you heard that term, like, this is not going to make or break me, I'm hearing make or break it. Make or break it. So it just seems like a tough decision that you'll have to make. You're going to have to make a tough decision, and it might seem like loyalty is something that might be a struggle for whoever this person is, this message is for, because loyalty is something that they do take personally. Loyalty is something that they really are a loyal person. Like, you may feel like, I really am a loyal person, and having to take this action or make this decision makes me feel like I'm not who I say I am, because I really am that. And spiritual team is saying, like, you really are that too. So, but you do got to do what you have to do in this situation, and that's not going to take away from you, because it's also about who deserves your loyalty. And this person, I don't know if they ever earned it before, but they're not maintaining it, because that is a continuous contract. And if they're not maintaining it, then the contract is broken. You are relieved. So, love that for you. Top of the deck, undercurrent energy, is the Page of Cups. This is like you making this big decision and actually following through and allowing your spiritual team to do what they're going to do to orchestrate to change things for you on your behalf, is going to give you the smallest spark of, like, it's going to put you in a situation where, like, when you get to this new place, you're going to be in a new environment and you're going to see something like, oh, a coffee shop. And it's just going to start, it's going to grow from there. It's going to be like, oh, somebody's fishing. And then, it's like whatever, it's like coming through in as a hobby or some kind of extracurricular thing that you would like to engage in your new life, in your new reality. So that's pretty much it, you guys.